Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. Let us start our new topic called ESG Management Principles. So, in this we are going to guide about the ESG Management Principles. Basically, the organizations in integrity, sustainability, and responsible business practices into their operations and decision making processes. So, we integrate all the ESG management principles into the organizational operations, like integrating sustainability, integrating responsible business conducts into the operations and decision making process. Here we are going to discuss the key ESG management principles that organizations can adopt. We will see one by one. So first one is environmental management principles. So in this we can consider certain examples like environmental stewardship. Environmental stewardship is basically commit to minimize environmental impact and promoting the conservation of natural resources. So first one is environmental stewardship. Okay, environmental stewardship. The next is climate action. In this we can talk about implementing strategies to mitigate the climate change impacts and adapt to the climate risk. The next one can be related to resource efficiency. So optimize the resource use efficiency and reduce the waste generation across all the operations. Then next comes related to pollution. So pollution prevention, implement measures or controls to prevent pollution and reduce emissions of greenhouse gases and pollutants, other pollutants also. The next example can be biodiversity conservation. We need to protect and restore biodiversity through sustainable land use, and also conservation practices. The next comes social management principles, and in this we can discuss about, let's say, human rights. So respect and support human rights across all the operations and as well as to supply chain related activities. The next come labor practices. We need to uphold the fair labor practices including non-discrimination, and other example can be like fair wages, okay, and also safe working conditions also. The next example is diversity and inclusion. We need to foster diversity, equity and inclusion, DEI, in the workplace and throughout the organizations and supply chain. Community engagement. So engage with local communities and stakeholders to understand and address their concerns, and also ensure a health and safety workplace for employees and contractors. The next comes governance management related principles. Governance management, we first talk about ethical business conduct. We need to maintain high standards of ethical behavior and also integrity in all the business dealings actually. Then transparency and disclosure. We provide transparent and accurate reporting on ESG performance and impacts. Next principle can be like related to board. So board independence. Okay. In this, what we see, ensure independence and diversity in board composition to enhance governance oversight. And next can be executive compensation, where we talk about aligning executive compensation with the long-term sustainable performance goals and also with ESG matrices. Okay. The next is risk management. In this principle, we talk about identification of, assessment of and management of ESG related risks to minimize potential impacts on business operations. The next comes integrated management principles. Here we talk about, most importantly, the stakeholder engagement. Why? Because regularly we need to engage with the stakeholders to understand their expectations, integrate feedback into decision making. Also, we need to communicate the progress for all the ESG related management subject actually. Then sustainable supply chain. We need to collaborate with the suppliers to promote responsible sourcing and sustainability through the supply chain. Innovation for sustainability, of course, foster or drive innovation and research in technologies and practices that promote sustainability. For continuous improvement, we can say set targets and goals for continuous improvement in ESG performance and monitor the progress over time. Then compliance and accountability, we can see in this principle, ensure the compliance with relevant ESG regulations, standards and commitments, and hold accountable for ESG performance. ESG performance. So these principles provide a foundation for organizations to build and strengthen their ESG strategies, demonstrating a commitment to sustainable development, ethical governance, and social responsibility. So, by integrating these principles into their core business practices, organizations can create long-term value for stakeholders while addressing global challenges and contributing to a sustainable future also. Okay, thank you very much, friends. Let us start our new topic.